Happy Heads, you're watching Happytarian and I'm your happy host, Rona for the day. I just wanted to share with you guys that today's weather is just amazing. It's 15th of March 2026. It's a Sunday. Weather is pretty amazing today. Not the outside noise, but the weather. The wind is blowing. It's not exactly summer yet, but sometimes the heat is excruciating, and today is not one of the days, thankfully. And I was thinking, why not share, discuss some things that we used to do in our childhood as a Bengali person, in a Bengali household, the things that we used to do as children. And this is like major nostalgia bait, so if this video is not for you, you can skip it. Firstly, আমপুর আমার মনে আছে when we used to be kids, বলাই হতো কালবৈশাখীর ঝড়, মানে কালবৈশাখীর ঝড়. So কালবৈশাখী is basically the first big storm after the summer has completely settled in, and the trees are shaking. It's like a huge thunderstorm, and the biggest part of it was like collecting mangoes that fall that like fall due to the storm. The fallen mangoes were collected sometimes in the dead of the night if you were brave enough, but mostly like in the aftermath of the storm the next day morning. That was a super memorable and joyful thing for us. I remember our Didima Thakumas, that is our grandparents, grandmothers mostly, and the mothers as well. They used to take those mangoes and make amesh sharbut, make ammaha, and so much more. And like it had such a taste of like childhood. Number two, we have Hurricane Aloi Golpo. So those who don't know, hurricane is a small kind of non-electric lamp that you cannot mostly see nowadays, but it works with oil. It's an oil lamp, but it is covered. The fire is controlled. The children were not allowed to touch it mostly because of the fire hazard, because nobody trusts children around fire, right? But we remember, like when all the electricity was out and the hurricane was the only thing. Usually the English meaning of hurricane differs from the meaning of hurricane that we have learned as Bengali children. And like I remember we had this thing kept aside as soon as the month of April was about to come, because everyone knew that as soon as April hits, the Kalboishaki hits, there will be an innate need for using the hurricane, because otherwise you would be all in dark since in the evening when the storm hits. So Hurricane Aloi Golpo Kora had an amazing childhood connotation. And when like as the children surrounding the one old wise grandmother who used to tell us all bhuter golpo, all or Raja Rani golpo, and many other kinds of made up stories to the children, it was cool as a winter night. The rain, the shower of the rain, it has washed all the dust away, and all the children are sitting together listening to their grandmother narrate these stories. That was on a whole another level. So I don't know if that is only a Bengali thing, or other people also had it. If you did, let me know. And if you're a Bengali, you're welcome to share your experience. The third thing, also relevant to all of the other ones before, is the race to the rooftop or to the backyard of the house, backyard, front yard, whatever, of the house, to get the clothes that are up for drying from the drying rack, drying line of clothes inside, because the rain is coming. So there was always this chaos that other people are running, and the children, the teenagers, the adults, everyone's running, trying to bring back the clothes as fast as they can, because the rain starts very suddenly and it takes a big turn, like শুরু হওয়ার সঙ্গে সঙ্গেই যেন অনেকটা বেড়ে যায়। আর সেই জন্য সকলের এই দৌড়াদৌড়ি যে কে কত তাড়াতাড়ি জামা কাপড় ঘরে নিয়ে আসতে পারবে, that was also really fun. We used to have a major game out of it, like who can carry many clothes on their head, on their palm, in their body, and they cannot see anything yet they're running so that they can save like the clothes from even one little droplet of rain. And it was so fun. And like the task did not even end at bringing back the clothes. You had to arrange them by colors. You had to, like, the whites had to be separated. You had to check which ones were fully dried, which ones were semi-dry, and which ones were soaking wet. So you had to separate and put them somewhere else. And because there was no electricity, people had like hat pakha, fans made out of bamboo leaves, and you used to fan your clothes dry. So these things do not exist anymore, most probably, but major childhood nostalgia hits, as I said. We are Bengalis. How can I forget food? So the fifth and the last one for today, as nostalgia bait for you, is the food that we used to make when there was no electricity. That is something the working community of food making in homes is something that has kept us, united even during COVID as well. I remember when we were kids, like all the aam, jam, kathal, lichu, kola, all the summer fruits, they were gathered, and either fruit salads were being made, somebody was pressing them and making juice, and another thing was kodbil, which I think is wood apple in English. I've forgotten it, so sorry. But I remember we used to make like kodbil makha at home. Like even thinking of it, my mouth waters. It in our college also, outside the college. I got so sorry for the noise outside. In our college also, kodbil makha used to be sold. As what they did was they scraped out the insides, mixed it with chili, oil, and so much more, and it had a this kind of a tang, and you had it, and you basically were transported to heaven. And all of the food making things were going on, and children, they used to ask for kulfis, they used to ask for chakpata food items that were passing by on the streets, and their parents said no, not now, বাড়িতে বানিয়ে দেবো, বাড়িতে খাবে, we will make it at home. And that was like on a whole other level, that everyone coming together, because there was no electricity, nobody was able to read books or study anything, because until and unless you had an exam, that's a different issue. But if you're reading casually, nobody would like to read under the light of hurricane, which is a very low, dim, yellow kind of a ombre light. And people would rather talk and make food instead of doing studying, I guess. So I remember, not just me, like all the families, they came together, they made food, they had food, like the preparation of making food was all together, so it never felt like one person was bearing all the load. And time passed like nothing, and then the light was on once again, the storm had passed, the electricity had come back on, and everyone was back to their daily lives. That's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you relate to this, comment down below that whether or not you also had these experiences as a child, or if you had something else also, then also you can let me know, and let's discuss. Until the time we happy heads reunite again, stay happy, because as you know, happy is the new honey.